Hello everyone, my name is Hasty Swampert and I am back to discuss about Season 3 of the Clumsy Battle... Oh wait, no, it's not the Clumsy Battle League anymore, it's the Universal Pokemon Association. Yes, we have renamed the league. For what reason? I don't know. They just said why not when I asked them. But that's not important, except the fact that you need to know the name. But I am back to discuss about my draft and the newcomers in the league and who has returned for Season 3. So, before I get into the draft, I'm going to have to... Pretty much how I did it was same thing, type synergy, and I just did it around one Pokemon. And I worked from there, and I just built blocks, and I did this, and I did that. So, what are we waiting for? Let's talk about the first Mon. So, the first Mon I picked was Victini. Victini was great for me in Season 1 of the CBL, and I feel like it could help bring a real boost of morale into the team if I were to bring back Victini. Or should I say, Movie Star the Victini. That's just the name I gave him right now. Well, not right now. I thought about it over I think, a couple of days. But Victini and his versatility, yeah, I say it like versatility. It's just great. It could run physical, it could run Scarf, it could run Band, it could run Specs, it could run Life Orb, it could run defensive. Well, maybe not defensive, but it can do Taunt and Willow. It can really do work on other teams with the right moveset. It's awesome. And while it doesn't get Calm Mind to boost that special attack, it gets Charge Beam at least. Is that something worth mentioning? Yes? No? Fine. Whatever. Heck, I might use it anyway. But that's it for Victini. Next up is Porygon 2, the Hax Duck. And the Hax Duck has been a really great mon for me when I used it in the Battle Mason. And with the Eviolite, it just gets very bulky. That it's like Cresselia bulky. Maybe, give or take, less or more bulky than Cress. But it has an immunity to Ghost, which helps Victini. And it gets cool abilities in Trace and Download. You could also run, I think it gets Analytic, but I prefer Download. Download's my favorite out of them all. And it gets Recover for great recovery. And it has a nice move pool. It gets Bolt Beam coverage, it gets Stab Tri-Attacks, which give you a chance to freeze, burn, or paralyze the opponent. That's always great. What else? I just really like Porygon 2 as a mon and its design. Even though it looks a little funny looking, but I like it. And yeah, that's Porygon 2. So next up is the two C-rank mons, Rotom-Mow and Swampert. I will talk about Rotom-Mow first. And Rotom-Mow I've used for a little bit. He has a lot of power with its Leaf Storms. It can, while it may not KO everything, it can do a good amount of damage with Specs and Leaf Storm. And I've used it without Specs, and even without the Specs, it can do plenty of damage to Pokemon, to frailer mons. But it could run Scarf, it could run Specs, it could trick any choice items. That's always nice to have. It has Will-O-Wisp to burn any threatening physical mons. I don't think I'm going to run it defensive, but who knows. Maybe certain circumstances will call for me to make it defensive, but I don't think that's going to happen. And Victini and Rotom-Mow have a little Volt-Turn core going on, because Rotom-Mow covers for Victini's ground weakness and water weakness, while Victini covers for Rotom's ice and fire weaknesses, which is great. So, I was going to say bug weakness, but Victini is neutral to bug because of its psychic typing paired up with fire. So, yep. And to complete the fire, water, grass core, I got Swampert. And don't get mad at me. I was about to not get Swampert, but I needed a Stealth Rocker, and I felt like I needed another wall. So, to balance that out, I got Swampert. And Swampert could do Stealth Rocks, it can do Choice Band, it can be defensive, has a really nice typing, and it's only weak to Grass, which is what Victini can cover. And up to a certain point, maybe Porygon 2 can cover it, but mainly Victini. And yep, bro the Swampert. Welcome back, buddy. Now, next up is a new addition to the team, who I call Marleyborn the Klinklang. And Marleyborn is a name of a place in a video game called Wizard 101, which is it's based off of old-styled Britain, like from a century ago, maybe, or two, not two, but 1 century ago. And there's a lot of gears in the buildings, so yeah, Kling-Klang's a bunch of gears, so yeah, makes sense. Kling-Klang is a fast steel type. I needed more speed, and I think I needed another fairy resistance. Did I need another fairy resistance? I forgot. I think it was a fairy resistance and a flying resistance too. And along with that, Kling-Klang gets shift gear, which is a nice boosting move. But the moves which it has to use, which is just Gear Grind, Wild Charge, and Return, that's all you get, which really stinks. You could also run Facade for status, but I think that's it. In rare scenarios, I would run Special Kling-Klang, or whatever it is. Maybe Defensive Kling-Klang, but I think I'm going to run it Shift Gear for most of the part. So expect that to happen. Now, the E-Rank Mon is Led Zeppelin, who is our Drifblim. Now, Drifblim is a very, very weird choice of Mon for E-Rank, because there was probably a bunch of other better choices to choose from. But I ended up resorting to Drifblim for, mainly 2 reasons. One is so that I can spin block, and he grants a normal and fighting immunity, and it can only spin block up to a certain point, but it gets Will-O-Wisp just like Rotom-Mow, but mainly it's because of its baton passing utility. Because if you look, my team it is a bit fat with Porygon 2 and Swampert, and you can make Victini fat if you want. And I felt like Drifblim, with its stockpile and baton passing combo, that can really help this team. And it also gets Calm Mind Baton Pass, so if I wanted to Baton Pass a ton of Calm Minds into Porygon 2 and sweep from there, that can work. Or I could do Stockpile into Kling-Klang so it can set up more shift gears. What else? Baton Pass Calm Minds into Victini and use Blue Flare and blow up the opponents. It can work that well. Now, you're wondering, Swampert, where's your Mega? Here's the Mega. Mega Ampharos. No Pinsir this year. I already used Pinsir twice, and I didn't want to resort to him. So, our new Mega Ampharos, who I will name Shepherd, because Shepherds tend sheep, and Ampharos' pre-evolved forms are sheep, and it might look a little sheepish, so yeah, Shepherd. It's an awesome name. And Mega Ampharos is very bulky. Another electric type, sounds a little weird, but he also grants resistance to all 3 of the elements. Actually 4, which are water, fire, grass, and electric, which can help cover this team very well with its electric dragon typing. So, Mega Ampharos I've used for a little. I don't know about it. I've used it in VGC for a little, but that's it. I use it a little in Battle Spot singles too, but Mega Ampharos is going to be a surprise for us, along with Drifblim and Kling-Klang. They're all new. Now, yet again, so we had 5 free picks, and depending on the amount of points we had, we could draft a certain amount of Mons. I got some bonus points because I didn't draft an S-rank Mega Evolution. I drafted a B-rank Mega. So, because of that, I went for the first free pick, I went for Floor Jays. Now, I needed a Cleric, even though Mega Ampharos does get Heal Bell. I don't have any Wish users whatsoever. I don't think Victini gets Wish, so don't count on that happening. So Florges' Wish, it gets Heal Bell, no, Aromatherapy. It can do Calm Mind. It has Synthesis for better recovery than Smelly. So I felt like, heck, let's give Pansy the Florges another chance. And I feel like with a Cleric, we can last longer on the field. So that's Florges. And also, they can benefit from Drifblim's stockpiles or Calm Minds. Same thing with Mega Ampharos. Imagine having a few Calm Minds on Mega Ampharos. That's scary. Just think about that. I am up to 10.5 minutes. That's actually a lot of time. Okay, so I'm going to go through the last 4 mons. Okay, now Hitmonlee. The nickname's very bad, but please bear with me. Lemon Hit, because, I don't know, it sounds cool. But I didn't have a fighting type on the team, and I think my team needed a little more power, so I needed something good in speed and like fast with Unburden, and something with good attacking stats. So I went with Hitmonlee, or Lemon Hit. I'm going to call him Hitmonlee. And my lack of fighting type would really hurt the team, so I felt like having Hitmonlee would really help the team a little. I didn't want Conkeldurr. I think someone else took Conkeldurr before me, but if I got Conk, then, or if I had the chance, I probably wouldn't have skipped anyway, because Conk is too slow. I needed a faster fighting type, so I chose Hitmonlee. Now, Roserade, Roserade, Jamie, is another Cleric. It's a poison type on the team. I think I forgot why. Oh yeah, I mainly needed Roserade for. I needed another entry hazard setter because I only have one. So to make up for that, I got Roserade because it gets spikes, and it actually does get toxic spikes. I forgot. At first, I thought that nothing gets toxic spikes on the team, but Roserade does. So I could run a full stall team with this, which I may or may not do for a week. And Roserade, if it has to, can run especially defensive, and it gets Synthesis, it gets Sleep Powder, and 90 speed isn't terrible. I could Scarf it, I could do Thunder Wave with Mega Ampharos to slow the Pokemon down. So there's a way of getting around that middling speed. Now, Skuntank is to remove entry hazards, even though Drifblim can do it too. But Hitmonlee also can Rapid Spin, but Skuntank was a good luck charm, and Skuntank has Taunt, it can Sucker Punch. I didn't have a Dark type, and I felt like Skuntank's utility can come in handy from time to time, with Pursuit Trapping any threatening Psychic types, and Sucker Punch, Poison Jab, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's it with Skuntank. Or Kaboom. Now, last up is Keldeo. Now, Keldeo, I wasn't expecting to get, but I had enough points to get an A-ranked Mon. So, I wanted a fast A-ranked Mon, and I chose Keldeo. Keldeo has 129 special attack and 108 speed. That's pretty nice, and it makes up for this team's very middling speed, because the second fastest thing is Victini, and the one before that is Roserade. So pretty much after Victini, not everything isn't that fast. So Keldeo helps fix that a little. It can do Specs, it can do Calm Mind. It has Secret Sword to go through Chansey, even though, just spoilers, nobody picked Chansey or Blissey, which really shocked me. And no one picked Cress or Suicune, which those things were threatening, but nobody picked them up. That's amazing. And we get up to, I think if I'm correct, I think we get 2 free agencies, so I may or may not change a Pokemon, but we'll see. I didn't choose a free agency at all because last season because I couldn't make a conclusion with the amount of times I used the team, because I got so many forfeited wins that I wasn't I didn't have enough weak battles to test out whether I needed a change or not. And yeah, so that's my team. I hope it does well, and I'm sure that the team can synergize well enough. I may switch out a few mons, like I said. I might switch Klingklang out, but I don't know. We'll see. Now, we're going to talk about the newcomers. This is at 15 minutes already. Wow, that's a lot of time. Okay, so just to go through quickly, we have Lucas. We have Corey. He's a friend of mine. He's the Canton City Chadots. We will be battling him much later. But we have Lucas, who's returning. Another new person, Michael Straub. That's not the picture of him. That's the logo for the Kansas City Cherums. Don't get that. No, that's not him. He doesn't have that plush as far as I know. But we will be battling him later. We have the Clumsy Monkey. I don't know what's up with his thing there. Then we have Sensation. I'm supposed to battle him week 1, but he has not appeared at all, which is weird. But yeah, here's Clumsy's Miami Heat Trans. So, Sensation in the Samurott Sensations. Little Bigness in the Northwest Nido Kings. No, just don't do that. How dare you? Bad Drew. Okay. Then there's Survive 9, who has the Colorado Avalanches instead of the Boston Bearticks like he used to. And then the Cleveland Gangars with Solax, he's new. And another new player who is actually a professional underused Smogon player. Choice Bandit Umbreon and the Cretan Manotauruses. And that is it. That's the whole league. I just wanted to quickly go over that because this video is way too long. So we will be battling all of these players eventually, but there may or may not be a week 1 depending on what happens. But if not, there will be a week 2. So if you are hyped for this, leave a comment saying you're hyped, drop a like. Check out the draft video if there is one. I will put it in the description below. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time.